Stephen Lubet is Williams Memorial Professor Emeritus at Northwestern University's Pritzker School of Law. He is the co-author of The Modern Trial Advocacy, has written many other books and articles on legal ethics, legal practice. CNN. Former President Donald Trump's best defense against Washington's indictment: multiple conspiracy to the United States as part of the events January 6, 2021 is based on his alleged sincere belief that he actually won 2020 election. According prosecution, Trump and his collaborators sought to undermine the legitimate results of 2020 presidential election by knowingly using false allegations of election, circumvent federal government function in collecting, counting, and approving these results. Stephen Lubet Randy BeliceNorthwest Law. The indictment uses the phrase knowingly wrong 32 more times, underlining the claim that Trump's various machinations are part of his plan to stay in power through deliberate deception and deception. But Trump defense attorney John Lauro told NBC News, among others, that he believes with all my heart that he has won this election, denying any wrongdoing. We already have a good idea of how the prosecution plans to prove its case at trial. The indictment lists more than 100 of Trump's alleged false allegations and statements, along with their times, locations, and witnesses. And there's no doubt where that came from. The more difficult question is how Trump will react to such an overwhelming case. Since guilty defendants are not required present any evidence and burden of proof rests with the prosecution, Trump could theoretically remain silent and rely on his lawyer to argue that prosecution failed, prove that his statements were on purpose wrong. Given this, Trump's lawyers may advise him to stay off the witness stand and avoid the risks of cross-examination. But solemn silence is hardly in his nature. Trump has already signaled that he intends to put up an aggressive defense and rarely missed an opportunity to tell story of the persecution by deep state. Moreover, Trump himself will be the logical witness to his own innocent beliefs. But testifying would carry many risks for himself. To begin with, when Trump voluntarily took stand, he would waive the Fifth Amendment's protection to answer questions whose answers might be self-incriminating, thereby subjecting him to cross-examination of every aspect of alleged crimes. He couldn't refuse to answer questions, as he had done more than 400 times in his testimony in a lawsuit filed by the New York Attorney General's business practices. The result will likely be devastating. At the very least, Trump will be questioned about every false statement alleged in the indictment. If he had denied the allegations, there would almost certainly have been prosecution witnesses to contradict him. If he claims that all of his statements are true, there will be a mountain of evidence to contradict this. And if alternative voters continue to